All right, it's on. Hi, thank you for tuning into my channel today, and this video is going to be about me repainting this painting that's right behind me. I started it a while ago, but I didn't really like how it turned out, so I'm going to be doing an abstract realistic painting on top, and well, we'll see how that turns out. And in this video, I'm going to be doing it in stages, so the first phase, second phase, and then so on and so forth. Because if I were to film the entire process, it would be at least an hour-long video, sped up, that is. So, without further ado, let's start. This painting didn't quite come out as I wanted it to. As you can see, I actually started making the face here, but I didn't like that. So I'm going to go ahead and redo the whole thing, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so future Marisol here. If you've made it up to this point in the video, which isn't that far, thank you. I appreciate it. So this painting in general has taken me at least like 5 years, I want to say. I've gotten the canvas like 5 years ago, and I've always repainted and repainted and repainted over it, and I never liked it. Okay, so I'm not liking the painting how it's going out. Yet again, it looks hideous. So we're going to go try something new, and I'm going to use myself as a reference photo and see how that works out. So yeah, like I said, I never liked it. But I haven't given up on it just yet. I've tried a bunch of different concepts, but it's just kind of weird for me to paint in a square format, but I didn't want that to be the excuse I used to not be able to paint something on this canvas. So I ended up using a picture of me, not because I'm like completely infatuated with myself, but mainly because if I'm making a painting that's very special to me and that's taken me a long time, I don't want it to be something off Pinterest. Especially based off work that somebody else did. I want to have the full rights, the full ownage of my painting. Not saying that people who use references are bad, but just the way I use references is sometimes it ends up coming out completely like the reference, and I don't like that. So I used a picture of me to kind of avoid any obstacles I might have found. And it was quite easy. And I actually did end up liking the end result. I think it came out quite pretty. And so that was pretty cool. I don't think, actually, you know what? I think this is one of my first acrylic paintings that I post on my channel. No, not one of my first, but definitely one of the rare ones. I normally work with watercolor because I just like how watercolor is just so free and intuitive, and I love seeing the effects that the water does, but acrylic painting is much more forgiving. You can definitely start over as many times as you like on a single canvas. And I think that's what I like, because we all need a little start over sometimes, you know? And so here I was debating on going into hyper realistic detail, but I decided not to. I decided to just kind of give it some brush strokey feels. I definitely could have gone into more detail, but I didn't want it to contrast that greatly with the abstraction that was around it, because I feel like it'd look like a sticker just posted in the middle of a bunch of random stuff, and I didn't want that. So I just kind of blended it in and continued blending it in until the background made sense. The hair was a lot of fun. I mainly made an indication of hair, and I think it turned out pretty good for the purpose. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I just got some new Arteza paints in, and I must say they are a game changer. I've always used basics, and I've liked them. They're good. But the Arteza paints, I used the premium acrylic paints for this one. I bought like a huge package. I took the jump, and I'm glad I did. The paints are so thick and so luxurious feeling, and they almost feel like heavy body, but I know they're not. But I really enjoyed painting with them because they're so thick, so rich, so pigmented, almost heavy body like. Some of them might be heavy body, I'm not sure, but I think it's a good value for the price too. So I think I'm definitely going to start using Arteza paints for my larger acrylic paintings, or just my acrylic paintings overall. I got a few staple colors like, I don't know, ultramarine blue, some greens, some rose madder, stuff like that. There's some colors that I haven't already had. I'm already running out of my basics paints anyway, so I'll probably start refilling up on my Artezas, and that's about it. And I really, when I'm stuck on a background, I kind of just try to wing it. I don't come in with a plan because then I end up overthinking it, and boy, am I good at overthinking. I just try to go as natural as possible as the ideas come to me and go from there. So for here, it hit me that I could just do a geometric background and play around with the concept of shapes and colors and values. So I used tape, masking painter's tape, to go ahead and mask out the areas that I want to make geometric shapes. And I went from there. I tried using some primary colors to make a nice little contrast, but I found that they started overpowering the center image. So later on, you'll see how I sort of begin to tie in all of the images with the background that I had created. And here, this butterfly that I actually am painting was inspired to me by Animal Crossing. There was this giant Queen Alexandra's birdwing, and Blathers told me apparently that it is a poisonous, huge butterfly. But I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was really pretty looking. It is huge in the game. So I Googled it, found it, and I made a quick little rendition of it, and I thought that was really fun. It's not the best rendition, but like I said, I wasn't trying to go too hyper-realistic. I wanted to go mainly with the motion and more of a fine art approach instead of an illustration approach for this one. But it was really fun to sort of build out the shapes, carve out the shapes, and kind of make an indication that yes, it's there. And then the other butterfly, I don't know what it's called. All I know is that it's pretty. And that I found it on the interwebs as well. Here, I've begun to kind of take off some masking tape because it was in the way of the butterfly, and it was a lot easier to paint after that. I find that the drips from the skin help tie in the roses and the butterflies together. Yeah, those little red things underneath her are roses, or indications of roses. Again, everything here is an indication. Apparently, I still can't English. But yes, it's I kind of like it better that way. Call me lazy or call me, I don't know, but I really like it that way. It's fun for me, you know? Anyway, I really was having a hard time trying to figure out what else to do. I tried adding some drip effects, but I didn't quite like how that turned out. It didn't turn out as like watercolory as I normally like it to, but of course this isn't watercolor, it's acrylic. So I shouldn't use it as if it was watercolor. That's a bad idea. You can't really water down acrylic paints unless you use a medium. I know this, and yet I still didn't do that. Anyway, here I am outside now because in my apartment I don't like to get things too dirty because I tend to be a messy painter. I don't want to splash a bunch of paint around. So I moved outside and I just started having a lot of fun with the background, adding flowers and daisies here and there, and playing with the neon colors and just whatever else I could find. I had a ball with this. And now that we're nearing the end of the video, if you stayed until the end, then thank you so much for joining me. And I appreciate just the time you took to share this kind of moment of painting with me. It's more of just my thoughts and my process of what I've done, what I've wanted to do, and how I ended up doing it. And so I'll be posting more videos. I'm actually going to try to make a new posting schedule of making a new video every Friday. So do subscribe, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.